All right, hello and welcome to the, I guess JDL mid-season special. I guess we'll call it the breakdown between the teams that are currently not doing so hot, and we're going to try and evaluate what we think is going wrong, what could be changed, and what has been changed, and just kind of saying like what we think about those changes. So there's actually only 8 teams that we'll be evaluating today, which is going to be every single team that is currently won and has lost more than they have won. So that is going to be, with one exception though, so it's going to be Violet, Zach, Hannah, Ellie, Leah, Nate, Bacon, and Siah. We are skipping Aurora because Aurora has just joined in Storm's place, and frankly, we just don't think that their team, because it's not really gotten a chance to show stuff because they have made changes. We're not going to talk about. I suppose we could talk about their new team and what we think is good or bad on it. But we will not be like talking about any changes to make on it, I guess. I think it's easiest to start at the one who's doing. Should we go worst to? Oh, by the way, I'm joined again by Brady, Lex, and Maggie. You guys can say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think Brady picked up, but that's kind of funny. I guess the question is: do we go alphabetical? Do we go from like the one who's doing the best to the one that's doing the worst, or do we go worst to doing the best?
My vote is worst to best.
So you want to start with Siah Stone?
Agree.
You want to start with Siah Stone?
I would love to start with Siah Stone.
Oh boy.
Also, do you have a screen? Do you want a screen share?
Oh my god, I forgot I'm not screen sharing.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
I've done it again.
That'd be a great idea.
Okay, so I guess first off, it's best to start, like, again, a quick refresher of what the team is. So Siah has Darkrai, Toxapex, Alakazam, Scizor, Gastrodon, Mega Sceptile, which is third pick overall, Electivire, Turtonator, Hitmonchan, and Galarian Stunfisk. Hitmonchan is Z captain with Terra captains of Electivire and Turtonator, which are respectively. Electivire is Terra, Electric, Grass, and Water. Turtonator is Dragon, Fairy, and Water. So this is the worst team by a long shot. The team is currently 0-4 with a -21. Lex is the exact opposite
of Lex.
in first place.
Yeah, the old 4-0 plus 21.
I think it's important to caveat. These have been some very hard losses. This is one of our newer players, which is why we're going to take a more critical than, I guess, negative angle. So where do we think the issues rely? I can see.
So I'm gonna. Can I start us off on this team
Absolutely.
as a team that just fought it? The issue is you have 3 mons that do the same thing. Straight up, you have Alakazam, Darkrai, and Mega Sceptile. Now the Mega Sceptile is here because Siah likes Mega Sceptile. Like, totally fine, honestly. Like, if you like the mon and you want to make it work, make it work. So I think we have to work with Mega Sceptile here.
I 100% agree with you. When I was like,
And I think we have to
I was
figure out how to say goodbye to basically everything else on the team.
Well, we do. Siah does only have 5 slots. I think there are a few other issues as well besides Mega Sceptile. Like, I think Scizor is actually in a really good position on this team. I think Scizor should stay. I think another issue with this team though is the fact that your 2 like bulkiest Pokemon are both Water type, and I know I've talked about like on end before, like how like Water's actually like fine to have like overlaps with because they can have like so many differences as a type. But the issue to me with this team is that these are 2 bulky Water types. If it was like, yeah, I've got Toxapex, but I've also got Urshifu, different story. Or like Toxapex and Gyarados, different story. Which
Yeah, it's two very similar
actually,
waters.
that would be my first change. I would love to see Gyarados on this team. I think Gyarados would be a great fit as like a replacement. But I mean,
Over what? Over Pex?
Well,
or what tier is Gyarados?
Gyarados is tier 2.
Gyarados is tier 2.
So you could get it over Zam.
You could, but then you'd also still be dropping. So let's take Darkrai out.
I agree. I think Darkrai is gone.
agree.
It just
And let's take Zam. And then one of Gastrodon or Toxapex. I don't know which one we want to look keep and which one we don't want to keep.
That's a good question.
I'm a fan of Scizor plus Water Ground type.
I agree. I like Scizor, Gastrodon, Mega Sceptile, Electivire. I like this quad. I think they are.
Yeah.
We
So Brady knows I've brought Scizor Swampert to great success in a league.
Yes.
And I think Gastrodon Scizor is a pretty similar. I think it's like, I think Gastrodon isn't as great, but I think it's still a team that that's a duo that works. So I'd actually like to see Pex, and we basically rebuild the entire upper tier on this team.
I love Gastrodon. The thing is, I have to use in my ends, I have to use it as more as a special wall, and then you want to kind of have another physical wall to pair with.
I agree.
I've paired it with Skarm 2 seasons in a row with Gastrodon Skarm. I think they work hand in hand. Yeah. And I think Gastrodon needs a buddy that is not water type.
I agree. I think
preferably.
Toxapex is not that buddy. We're looking for another physical, a physical wall. I think if we grab a physical wall in tier 1, not water type.
Like a Ting Lu.
Well, I don't like that because that's double ground defensive.
That's true. Yep, they're the same type there.
I
what
know
else?
this is pivoting the discussion a little bit, but I do want to bring up the potential tier 0 swap, because I think one of the other big flaws this team has at the moment is it's insanely special focused, and Annihilate is sitting right there. I think Annihilate would fit very well on this team.
You are missing a ghost type as well. I mean, I guess we're looking at it now with that singular change. I'm still also a big advocate. I think Gyarados would work really well because you have... I think it pairs really well with, an offensive core of, Electivire and... Or, not offensive core, but, it pairs really well with that Mega Sceptile Electivire because it can take the ground hits that Electivire doesn't want, and then Electivire can take the electric hits that it really doesn't want.
Yeah. Electivire needs Terra Flying, in my opinion.
I agree with that as well. I think I suggested with him. I like the Terra Grass a lot, and the fact I've not liked that he keeps running Terra Electric. I would love to see him bring Terra Grass. Sometimes.
I think
Siah Electivire needs a defensive
into Terra in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so nice to switch on an electric move. I think pivoting with Electivire is crucial because when you get it in on an electric move, you have all 4 move slots to choose. Because I think it is one of the best Assault Vest users. It takes hits, and you deal out a massive damage as well.
I've been seeing him run a lot of Choice Scarf, which I really don't like when you do have, again, Terra Grass and access to Trailblaze, because that feels so strong, and it feels underutilized right now, in my opinion. But no, I agree. I'd really love to see... I think Gyarados would be a great... Again, also, the teams...
So, then if we're looking now for a tier 1, I want something in that speed tier between 145 and 95.
You want, a 120?
Yeah, what is there in tier 1 for that?
That's a good question.
Also, this team... what is this team?
With this in mind.
Sorry, what were you saying? What was that, Maggie?
There's no fairy. Is there a fairy?
Yeah, I just wanted to see what types are covered.
So he doesn't have a fairy, he doesn't have a poison, he doesn't have a dark type. He's actually missing a lot of valuable things, it feels. What fairies are left in tier 1? So fairies in tier 1, we have a Azumarill, we have an Amorous, we have...
I mean, an Amorous fits that speed tier, yeah?
How does an Amorous look?
It's a little less bulk, but very offensive.
I can kind of see.
And you've got Gyarados, Scizor, Gastrodon, and Annihilate is the king of bulky offense.
I think what's nice is weirdly enough, you're down to only one real core special attacker. So weirdly enough, by taking an Amorous, I know it fits the exact same role we said this team had too much of, but now you've gone from 3 of them to 2 of them, and you have a lot more physical offense as well, and you're a lot bulkier, I feel. Because now you have an Intimidate Mon. I feel like this team has a lot more of what it would want to have. Weirdly enough, the other Pokemon I might be interested in making a move on would be Terminator.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because you don't lose. I would love if there was another tier 4 decent fire type, I wouldn't mind that. And if you wanted a dark type, I guess.
You already have a dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think there is a prime fire type. If it's not crossed off here, so I don't know if someone actually has it. But Turtonator for Charizard seems rather
Charizard is
tempting.
interesting. I was looking at Houndoom.
It's pretty good with
I
Terra.
like the. Oh yeah, that's true. And also, like, I
Houndoom
like it
is true.
when you're drafting. I feel like you, especially when you have a offensive ghost type, having a defensive dark is really nice.
Also, you got like a kind of like nice little duo with like Houndoom and Scizor, where like Houndoom can take those fire hits. Like it gives you a lot more safety with Scizor.
Oh yeah, having the
True.
flash fire with scissor as well is really nice. Like I had Houndoom Mega Sceptile or Mega Scissor, not Mega Sceptile. And like, granted, I didn't bring
Realistically,
Houndoom very much because I didn't think Houndoom was great, but like on this team, I think it's better than Turtonator for sure.
I mean, I feel like anything
Terra.
Turtonator can really do, it's not that good at.
You could even
What-
Z Houndoom if you wanted to.
I kind of like the Terra more though, personally.
Yeah, I
will
do
s-
too.
I'll say one of my friends has it right now. He brings AV every time, and it's put in work like Terra Houndoom, and I kind of made fun of it, and I'm seeing its like full potential like shine.
It doesn't have.
It's a decent Terra.
It doesn't have
Fairy
awful
is what you
special
kind
bulk. You say Terra Fairy?
Yeah, I think Terra Fairy is the best one though.
Ooh,
for it.
yeah, I would like that
Yeah, what
actually.
would you
I think
say
you
for,
keep
like,
Terra
Terra
Dark
Terra Dark.
because I think you want that dark defensive type on it. Although
Yeah.
Annihilate is neutral to dark actually, so never mind.
Yeah.
You might just keep it as fire for the defensive type then.
You could do that Flash Fire, Terra Fire stuff.
Yeah. Or Flash Fire Terra. Oh!
Yeah, you got what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Someone has done this in this call recently.
Yeah, I think the only thing this team is like really lacking is like a grounded poison.
It's also
But,
only
like,
got
I think
two
it's-
hazard removers.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's because like we did get rid of one in Turtonator, but like I feel like Houndoom is still better than Turtonator, even if it's like the
Well,
same.
I do absolutely
I
agree.
agree.
I just think like I don't think you're ever running defog on Scizor. Which is my
No.
sole
No.
concern with it.
I agree.
But you're also like not like you've got like what 2 total rock weaknesses on the team?
Yeah, and like a lot of like if Scizor's running, if like Scizor and Houndoom are not Scizor, Gyarados and Houndoom are like more than. Oh, you have 3. You have Houndoom, Gyarados, and an Amorous.
Oh yeah, I forgot this team's double flying. Yeah.
In which case,
Another
if it
like
is double flying, would we maybe want to look at replacing Gyarados with something different?
I think I like an Intim user. I think that was nice though.
I think
Yeah.
that like I feel like Gyarados is just going to do such a good job of baiting those electric moves for Electivire. That's what I like so much about
Yes.
Gyarados.
Yeah, it's like the ideal combo. For Gyarados is Gyarados Electivire.
It feels so nice. I guess the you could pick up Tapu Fini instead of an Amorous. No, that's not a real pick.
that's triple water on this
Yeah.
team. What else is there for fairies in
Yes.
tier
Hang
1?
Hang
Is
on,
there anything
hang
else?
on. There is something else that could be considered if desired. Instead of going for Gyarados, you could go Samurott Hisui in tier 1.
I'm listening.
That does also get you a dark type.
Okay, so we don't pick we pick it up over an Amorous and Gyarados. Pick up a tier 2 fairy type is what you're saying?
Tier 2 fairy or a tier 2 that has Intimidate is what my brain processed.
What is there? There's base Arcanine.
Yeah, I love base Arcanine. I'm its biggest defender. I think in that case, I think though if we get Samar Hisui as well, we don't get Houndoom.
Yeah, what else is there in tier 2? I want to look at all like our possible tier
for
2
Intimidators,
pals.
or do we want to look at fairies, or do we want to look at both?
I want to look at both.
So
Screamtail is now on the menu again.
That's right, it is. Or no, yeah, Mega Gyarados is not on the menu.
There is Staraptor, but that's another flying type.
Yeah, I don't like that much. Actually, we can find. Ability of interest. Okay. We can look by type. None of those are open. That's in Taurus Blaze in tier 3.
Is there? I think there is technically a
Welcome
Terra
back.
or a Fairy
Hello.
Intimidator in a lower tier. If we want to talk about Grand Bolt.
We could. We could. Gramble's tier 4. Gramble's tier 4, which we are talking about getting rid of Fairy.
And it's a pretty good Terra as well, I think.
I
Yeah.
agree. That could work nicely. In which case, I think that frees up that second tier 2 for something a bit faster, like a fast fire type, or because then you're really ground weak though. You don't have a flying type now though. And
Whose team is this?
This is Siah's team.
Oh, you're trying to fix Siah's team?
We're looking at like what we think could be better for it. That's correct. We've identified the main issue as the 3 bulky or the 3 fast special mobs that do the exact same thing.
Yes.
I will say, I feel like the issue though is this is really now it's really bad specially. It's only really Mega Septile.
Yes, and the whole team is physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're running into basically opposite issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, we flipped it.
What does this team have left? The tier 2?
Yeah.
Special attacking tier 2. What are they missing type wise?
No fire type now.
I was gonna say if you're looking for a grounded fair or grounded poison, there is a Lego.
That could work.
I
just
had a thought though. It's lacking specially and has a bit of a ground weakness. Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
We could look at Cresselia.
Oh no, that fixes his bulk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a demon, Cresselia.
It definitely is. We are very I feel like our speed tiers are a bit F though.
Yeah.
Troll.
I'm wondering if Annihilate isn't the play here then.
I feel like Annihilate looks good, but it also really limits a lot of the other options.
I agree.
Yeah.
No. No, I don't know how to play that would be.
What were you thinking?
I was wondering how would Tapu Lele feel?
There's elephants on the board.
There is a Palafin still on the board. In that case,
But yeah, if you want Samurai Hasui, I think Lele's fine, but Lele doesn't really help with speed tiers.
no, it doesn't. What?
Is there any unburdened mons left if you're grabbing a Tapu?
Sneasler in tier 0. Halucha is still open.
What tier is Lele?
Lele's tier 0. Halucha's tier 2.
Okay. What does it look like if you do Lele Halucha?
Now, what if we... Oh. I think we still want a dark type. Or maybe a non-weak to fairy dark type. Oh no, we don't want a water. We want a different water. I kind of don't
I mean,
dislike
what is this team? It's slightly weak to flying.
Flying and fairy. Because there's no poison or fire type.
Yeah, and you're kind of relying on Scissor for a lot of your defensive.
Yeah, I'm not as...
So wait, how many changes is that? Is that 1,
1,
2, 3, 4?
That would give us one more.
There is a Stunfisk Galar
That he's
That I
not
hate
swapping
looking at.
that. He's not swapping that. I can tell you that.
Oh,
I'm saying the Electivire like to flying, like Terra to flying.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
that would
would
be the
be.
Oh
least.
yeah,
That would be the
that'd be a
least.
change. That'd be a change.
I really do think like I valued it. I think Lex was the one who told me to get Terra fly,
I think I
and
suggested.
it's been amazing.
I think I suggested Terra, Electric Grass, and then Flying / Water.
Yeah, like with Terra flying, it's just you can switch it. You are immune to the ground moves that you'd be weak to, and then you just get to like. Now you have
You have
motor
no
drive,
electric
so
weakness
you
either. Yeah.
yep, and it gives you a speed boost now. So your middling speed becomes like really good, and you have Trailblaze access, which is gonna hit those ground types that were trying to hit you for
Ooh,
like not like
hang on.
crazy damage, but like a little bit.
We don't need Gramble
Yeah.
fighting Lele necessarily because we have a fairy.
Oh
type.
yeah, true. So we can get another.
We could get a fire type to deal with that.
We could pick up the Houndoom, but that'd be
How
at
do you give a
$2.
Centiskorch?
Sunscorch?
No, you don't really want another. You don't really want another bug actually.
Are there any
Never
really
mind.
good tier 4 like Terramons available?
Charizard is not awful.
Team also does have a steel type, right?
It has two. It has Scizor and
Yeah.
Stunfisk Galar.
Right, Scizor. I forgot about. How did I forget Scizor?
Is my boy Emboy down there? Nah.
Wait, why is Primeape not checked off? Primeape is very much taken. Emboar is tier 3.
Yeah, should be. That's
I don't.
fair.
I actually.
If you wanted
don't-
another steel type, you could always grab Terra Fire.
I don't hate Charizard.
I think it's bad. Yeah.
You think it's bad?
Siah,
I
Charizard
don't hate
fan.
Charizard. Like you get another defogger out of it.
You get a second flying type. It helps you with your ground weakness. You can always just tear it out of your quad rock anyway.
Helps you with your fairy weakness as well.
Yeah, I think Charizard's good.
I like
I
this.
think it's like I think Terra Ground's the best option for it.
like fire, ground, and something else.
Yeah. Something else. Whatever. Yeah, would be best for his team.
I
Maybe like poison.
Ooh, yeah. I would. This is a team I would use. I like this team now.
It looks fun.
Yeah. You have some really good.
You
Tools,
get
some fun
the
Terrans.
classic. It's a lot of mods I've used because you're drafting like Scissor plus a water ground. You're drafting Scissor plus a Lucha plus a Tapu.
I think we've given Siah a few good suggestions on what to bring, or like moves to make. Like this team always, despite being like this was our lowest rated team. This was always a team to me. It felt with a few changes, it could be a top tier team when piloted correctly. That was always my issue with this team. Is like it feels like it's just missing something. And this is still a very frail team. I think it does have some more utility. It has some really good threatening attackers and some really good combos as well. It's more like what I'm looking at. I really like.
And
Yeah,
from
you've
a
got mods that
hyper
actually
offense-
like complement each other.
Also, you have 3
Like-
fucking
like-
starters.
That would be a Siah Stone
Plus,
team.
offense-wise, this
Oh.
could believably.
I
Get a win
actually, I just realized this team does not work at all. We have 2 mons that straight up do not work with each other.
Lele and Scissor.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah. No, I think Lele is.
Yeah.
Like Finny, there is a Tapu Finny, which we've mentioned. And that's a tier lower. You could do Tapu Finny Sneasler.
Oh yeah, because then you don't get priority bullet punch.
Yeah.
You
Would you want to do Halucha then?
No. You
Yeah,
have
you
to
drop
go to
Halucha.
You get like a dark type. A dark flying, maybe? There's not like really.
Well, all I think of is Moltres, but it's taken. I know that.
And Mandibuzz
Yeah,
is also taken.
Mandibuzz
Is there a dark
is
type with
gone.
Levitate? Or Zarude is not ground weak. It's a ground resist.
It's a rude.
But that's a
bad.
double grass.
Fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
also, like, I don't
typing.
think very good.
Its
I
timing
don't,
is
I
okay
don't mind
offensively,
Umbreon.
but defensively it's bad. Yeah, Umbreon's good. Helps you more with your bulk core too.
There's one dark type left and it's taken.
Yeah, I think
I'll just
Umbreon's
look at
fine.
Umbreon. Yeah, I don't dislike this still. You still got your speed issue. You got your speed issues resolved. I like this actually still. You have like a Firewater Grass Core. Yeah, it solves your bulk issue. You have a few options for special attackers now, and you've got some really good bulk. Yeah. And I think...
And at least when it comes to the ground weakness, you have Terra to help with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even that, you still also... You do have an immunity and a... Like, it's like -1. They're both -1, and like, I think you've got some even some really strong combos. No, I think this feels really strong. I like it. No, I guess that's all Siah. So I guess now we'll talk about Bacon, which Bacon is a team where actually, as of now, there is no more changes that can be made to Bacon's team. Bacon has made all the changes he possibly could. He's out of free agent points. He is stuck with the team he currently has. So let's go again. This is more or less going to be us talking about his new team, which I did not put on here. Oops. And I think this was the last change, yeah.
I think this team has improved a lot. You might think of the first thing as Double Dark, but when you have a Pokemon called Weezing G that is just quad resistant to fighting types, it's always going to love that for your team. And with Chiyu not being weak to Fairy as much, it's like just neutral. It's not terrible, and with Gyarados getting a D-Dance up, you're in like prime sweepstakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my concern when I was making my notes for the teams to talk about before, my concern with Bacon's team was, his original team was, it's really special offensive. Because like I think the highest you have is Celesteela, technically, but like you're not running special. You're running special Celesteela, so it's really Ambipom. The highest like attacker you had was Ambipom, which I think Ambipom is underrated. I think Bacon has won the lottery with like his tier 4s. He has 2 really good tier 4s with a lot of utility, a lot of pivot, rapid spin, intimidate. They're really nice. But it always felt like the team, when it came to like actually winning games, it came down to Chiyu. That's what I looked at when I saw this team. Without Chiyu, you have nothing, it felt. And when I see this team, I don't think that. I think, okay, it is very Chiyu focused, but you now have aromatherapy on Galarian Weezing as well. A lot of times Bacon has had that, like, and he has more hazard removal because he has another defogger and another rapid spinner. How many times have we seen now Bacon has lost to a combination of either like Chiyu getting paralyzed or Chiyu getting spiked or sticky webs? It's happened so many times. And I think this helps to alleviate that pressure, I guess, on Chiyu. And also with that like secondary threat in Mega Gyarados, I think this team is a lot scarier. No, I like these changes a lot. I think they're good. I think they're very good, actually. I think the issues I had with Bacon's team are a lot more resolved. There's one issue I have with Bacon's team that I think as soon as he'll be doing a lot better once he fixes it, and that is when he stops running Nasty Plot Hydrapple.
I knew this was coming.
Because I am still yet to see, after he clicks Nasty Plot, for him to really get some value out of it. And that's my big issue, is whenever I see him click Nasty Plot, it doesn't feel like... And it's an issue with Hydrapple as well. Hydrapple doesn't feel like a Pokemon, with how slow it is, that it can really put pressure on with those boosts.
Yeah, it's mostly a like unboosted mod, especially like with Regenerator. You want to switch it in and out.
Exactly. And that's
like I've ran Nasty Plot occasionally, but it has not been like my main set on it.
Like if you have like I'll use Chiyu, like if Chiyu, which I don't think you ever really, it should be like needing to, but like if Chiyu gets the Nasty Plot up, it's like uh-oh. It's like, or like Chen-Pao gets the Swords Dance up, it's like uh-oh. If a Hydrapple gets a Nasty Plot up, it's more like a, okay, who do I sack so I can get my Ice type in to one-shot this? It's too slow.
Mm-hmm.
It really.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Bacon, stop running it.
Yeah. I did
think-
yell him to not run max speed Hitmontop this game.
I think but right now I do think his team is a lot better.
I agree.
Especially the
It
guy
is
who
a
just
lot
joined the
better.
call.
There's a lot of us
organized a
in
lot of
this
this.
channel who are working on this team for
Alright,
like
Derek,
hours.
We're talking about Bacon's team and how we think the changes have improved it.
What?
Yeah.
What am I looking
Remember-
at?
The team member we changed with the Chi with the Wheezing G.
Uh huh.
We're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
much
how we think
better.
It's better.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, Wheezing G and Mega Gyarados just make this look a lot better on paper in general.
Yeah. I think it's a steal for Mega G to be in tier 2 and go undrafted. I think
I think
it's a very good
I think
mon.
honestly the mon that's gonna get the most overlooked on this team is I think a really good plus is Donphan.
Yeah, fills a lot of gaps with his team.
Donphan.
Yeah, a lot of teams have been looking at Donphan as like a pickup in free agency, and Bacon just got to it first.
I agree. I think Donphan. I mean, like I think it's be like, oh, Donphan's the only Stealth Rock it seems like. In my eyes, it's not good. It's not good to only have one Stealth Rocker. Like, don't get me wrong, that's not good. But like, if you're gonna only have one Stealth Rocker, you've got one of the best ones now. You have probably two of the best Rapid Spinners as well. Like,
Which ones?
Hitmontop and Donphan.
I think Donphan's up there. I'm not a fan of Hitmontop personally, but it's a good spinner, I think.
I think it depends on
I
how
think
it's
him on
being
top's.
built for the match.
I think its utility is valuable. Like with triple
Yeah.
axle, it gets a lot of coverage moves, and its abilities like technician, intimidate
Yep.
are crucial.
I
I
feel,
still think, like, even with Technician, it's just surprisingly weak.
That is true.
I feel like it can be like a reliable like special check with AV, or
Yeah, he needs to start running like AV on it more too. He's not been
Yeah.
because like
AV.
the thing is like you bring him on top for the rapid spin, you still get that with AV, and now you're like actually kind of a decent like check for unboosted special attackers.
It gets good priority, too.
Oh yeah, no exactly. Like,
Yeah.
it can run like a full like AV set with like rapid spin, like mock punch, bullet punch, and sucker punch.
I do also want to go back at the look at the Siah team and see like just opinions on changes for that team as well.
Yeah.
I must depart, but I will send you things that I think would help with that.
All right.
Goodbye.
Very well.
But yeah, I think these changes are overall a massive net positive. I think the downside is Cramorant's still there, but you're out of free agent points.
Yeah. Hey, you know,
Yeah.
don't I think Cramorant is a mon that occasionally does something once in a while.
I love Gold Missile as much as like I love Gold Missile more than like most people do, but like, man,
Pikachu won.
oh my god, it like, but like
The
it, kinda-
Pikachu one is actually so good.
it actually feels
Yeah.
good when you hit it though. Like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
like the jingling keys of Pokemon to me. Like it's like ooh.
I mean, it
Give me
fits
your
Bacon's MO with this team, which is just gamble mons.
We'll see.
He wanted the gamble.
Well,
That's why he had Jirachi originally, because it's just gambling on you, like getting the flinches.
And I think this team needs to rely on its rapid spinners a lot more now. Because when you have Mega Gyarados before it switches in, you take 25%. You take 25% from Chiyu. And if you want to run an item other than Boots on Chiyu, I think it's just low-key better to bring Donphan or Hitmontop every week. Well, at least one of them.
or both.
Yeah, both at this point. And back to the Hitmontop thing, I just brought it in another league with AV, and it is good with AV. I think
know.
it is its
I've
best
also
It
had
item.
is.
experience
I-
with it with AV.
Yeah, same. I brought it with AV a bit.
Like, I just beat NT with it. It took 10% from a Specs Hydreigon. Like it does take some hits really well.
And it can like you can because even then you can run like max attack, max HP, and it's like actually like kind of still intimidating to deal with because you do damage.
Intimidating, yeah. Yeah, nice pun. And it's true.
Julia, can you put the Siah changes in there for Derek in the general?
Yeah, like our proposed changes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, he was probably the main catalyst for all those bacon changes with Derek.
Yeah.
Hoping these will change around.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to Nate, and I actually my specific question when I was talking about because more of the when this was originally supposed to be more of like a questioning what's going on with them. There was one Pokemon I was really like question mark on Nate's team, and I still kind of am, despite it having his most kills. It's Ursaluna.
I think just the lack of Trick Room on this team. I'd like to see a Trick Room setter like pop up on this team.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of mons here that just feel like they would fit very well in a Trick Room scenario that just don't have Trick Room.
Yeah, like I think Corsola, Ursaluna are kind of like the main two in my eyes. As you look at how slow they are.
You could even say, like, Gudra to some extent, even though it's not really
They might
meant to be offensive.
little-
Scrafty likes being in
Armaldo.
Trick Room.
Yeah. No, like I feel like this team could be a little scary to have to deal with in Trick Room. Yeah, it's. I don't know where to start with this team because it doesn't feel like it has Tailwind access, but I don't feel like Tailwind would have the same effect. I also think Crobat is a Pokemon that when you use it, it kind of suffers from 4 move slot syndrome. I think, like, I love Crobat. I think it's phenomenal. But I feel like running Tailwind on this team on Crobat means that you are lacking access to so much more. Also, Tailwind to me always feels like it's more at making your semi-fast Pokemon faster and not good at making your slow Pokemon fast.
Yeah, like Metagross
That's
likes
true.
a Tailwind,
Yeah.
but I don't think Scrafty or Cursola like it.
Yeah, like you're not, because that means you'd have to be running like a lot of stuff would outspeed Tailwind boosted max speed Corsola, like
Yeah.
doesn't feel good in my opinion. So
Start bringing some special Crobat sets.
I've seen it work.
The nasty bat.
I've seen it work. I think it's also important to note Nate's not currently using all of their points for their captains. They have 1 point open because they can't use it necessarily. Like they can't really use that 1 point in its current state because of how it works. They'd have to move some of their points around. But I think at the current I think I don't know. I feel like Ogremon Heartflame, Metagross, Primarina, Crobat, all really good tools, all excellent Pokemon, all really strong. I can't believe Metagross didn't come until this week. Genuinely.
Yeah.
So versatile.
I know.
It has one of the best typings in the game, in my opinion. Like that and Scrafty go hand in hand, in my opinion. Metagross and Scrafty.
Yeah, they've both barely come.
So just like on a quick glance in terms of like what's here. I'm not big on Gudra for this team. And I think that's more so because in terms of like an outlying factor, like you just noted, Julia, Ogerpon, Metagross, Primarina, Crobat, they're all really good Pokemon that have a purpose. The rest of the Mons all sort of struggle in like a certain area, like Ursaluna, Scrafty, and Cursola are all really slow and don't benefit from Tailwind.
Yeah.
Armaldo has a purpose, no matter what, as being the rapid spinner. And that trick is sort of, or like, you have a filler nuke in the regard of like having a Z move on it and stuff. I don't see much of a purpose for Gudra here, outside of its typing and Zap-Zipper.
So one thing I do find interesting is the fact of the matter is that I've noticed. I wonder if Nate was drafting trying to get like as many types as possible, because that's what it feels like. Because there's no type overlap at all on this team.
Your thing with Gudra too. I feel like Gudra's there to help the gaps of this team with like the utility it provides. And I feel like it needs like a more stable Mon. Like, I do, and I agree with like the Ursaluna pick. It just feels weird. Like it's just too slow to work with Tailwind, as you're right about earlier.
Yeah. So like because like Ursaluna is like kind of feels like it's going to go on the field. It's going to get its one. It's going to die the next turn. That is what I feel when I see Ursaluna. And frankly, I think as well as a matter of fact is your tier 1 or your tier 0 is Ogreborn Hearthling. I think Ogreborn Hearthling, really fucking good. Really good Pokemon. It's disgusting. Tier 1, though, your next Pokemon. So you have fast physical attacker, you go beefy physical attacker. I don't like that. I really don't. So it sounds like these are the two things we would like to see go. Am I mistaken?
I could
Yeah,
see Gudra
I mean, I think you
staying
can.
if, like,
I think you
there
can
was a
work.
better tier 1 to stick with it.
Because like I will say, the one thing I like about Gudra, you can run like Vest Gudra sets, and it's really really bulky. It's really really especially bulky. It lives like anything. And that's what I really like about Gudra. I do think you replace if you replace Ursaluna, I think this team looks a lot better. I think this team does want a ground type.
This team is able to draft a Mega.
Oh, it is.
Ting-Lu and Mega Garchomp are options.
Yeah, so what Megas are in... So the Megas that we have in Tier 1 still are both... Or actually, not both Megazards. But Megazard Y, Garchomp Gardevoir, Kangaskhan, Heracross, Kyurem... Or not... Wait, that's not a Mega. Pinsir, Slowbro, and that's it.
I just like Excadrill with this team. I think Excadrill would fit perfectly well. It gives him another spinner, and it gives him a good steel type.
I
agree. Yeah, steel and ground. Well, they do have Metagross.
Fuck Metagross.
I forgot Metagross was on the page, because I remember, didn't Excadrill just get dropped when Aurora joined? Right?
No, Aurora did not have Excadrill.
Oh, it was just a sand team with
what was dropped was
Mega T
Tyranitar Mega.
Okay, yeah.
Let me actually swap those off.
It's a good ground type, yeah.
Other options for ground types would be...
I think Ting-Lu was right, too.
Ting-Lu, yeah.
I think Ting-Lu is always right.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's like... Literally, Ting-Lu and Garchomp Mega and Excadrill are the only free options. Yeah.
Honestly, because like the other thing I really like though on this team, your only special attacker is really like Prim. Corsola is not a real Pokemon. Like, it... I don't like that Pokemon. It's really, really weird. Like, there's not really a lot of special attackers in Tier 1 still. There's, like...
There is a Raging Bolt right there.
Yeah, there is a Humphrey.
Oh, yeah.
How does that look on this team?
If you grab that, you'd be dropping Gudra.
I agree.
That actually might be more
Wait.
preferable though to outright get a ground type out of tier 3.
Yeah, what ground types are in tier 3?
The answer is Torterra?
Mudsdale is in that?
Mudsdale. Mudsdale is lovely.
Mudsdale's
The team
nice,
is
yes.
already slow, however.
Ah, that's true.
What else is there?
Does a
Is there...
Zygarde 10%. That is Overlap Dragon, I believe.
It is.
It makes the speed tier look extremely nice, though.
Yeah. Like, you can't speed
You don't have a
through
90.
tiers.
Although you do end up with
That's
double electric
nice.
as well because of the Manectric. What
Oh,
else?
yeah. No, so maybe not Raging Bolt. I do not dislike the Zygarde 10% change, though. I won't lie.
But that is physical. It is physical, and I think it's
Yeah.
probably worse in Gudra.
I agree. I think... And we want Gudra
Like,
for
what
the
else?
bulk. Like, we actually have, like, some really bulky mons with, like, Metagross, Prim, Gudra.
And like, if you kept the Raging Bolt is pretty bulky too.
I don't like the Raging Bolt, though, actually. As we said, we have...
What? There's an Ogre. I was gonna say Victini if there wasn't an Ogrepon. What
That's-
else? What
It's
else?
also an Overlap. It's another electric, but Rotom Wash is there.
Prim, though, I feel like the
Yeah.
Prim is
Yeah.
fine.
There's a Latias, but that's another Psychic and another Dragon.
Does he not have a Psychic type?
Metagross.
Isn't there just a...
Metagross.
Oh, wow. I always keep forgetting the Metagross.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about... How do I feel about this guy?
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm not opposed to it, especially since, like, I don't... It can abuse the sun all on its own, after all.
Yeah, it's not a sun setter, it's a sun abuser. That sets sun.
Yeah, I feel like though if you do pick it up, you gotta up your like hazard removal game than just defog. I mean, actually no, Crobat's a really good defogger.
While we're at it, though,
Actually, you know what I'm realizing?
given
What this team's lacking... Actually, I think Ting Lu is exactly what this team needs. Genuinely. I think because, like, look, there's no physical wall. It's Metagross, and Metagross is not a physical wall.
the...
You want Gudra special, not your physical either. I say you always want
I
Gudra as
also
a special wall.
It doesn't have any
I also
physical
think we
wall.
should look at replacing the Cursola.
Ursula, I agree.
I think if you pick up Ting Lu, you want a spinner, because you don't want to be deleting your own hazards.
We have Armaldo,
Already has a spinner at least.
Oh, true.
With Armaldo.
which has been like this team's MVP.
I always figure Romaldo gets spin, because it doesn't feel like a mon that should be able to.
You know what we pick up? We pick up Mega Glail. No, I don't. No, that was a...
That's not a real
It's
Pokemon,
not a real
unfortunately.
Pokemon.
Lex, did
It go boom and that's it.
What was that?
Mega Glalie? It's a real Pokemon.
No, I did not see what you did with Mega Glalie.
It was the main way I got into playoffs. Like, it started making me go on a winning streak. It has good... I think it actually is decent. Like, it has Trailblaze,
Wait.
and it has Earthquake. It has its 2 moves it needs for it to be good. It has Shard for priority.
No idea.
It's not terrible. I'll be honest. This one is... Mega Steelix, because I'm using it, like... Its typing offensively is good, but defensively... It's just meh, I
But it's
feel
going to
like.
be able to take like any physical hit, which is why I'm looking at it. And then
Oh,
I mean, I was
Okay,
gonna say,
okay,
I don't
that's
think
fair.
you brought it once in GTL, have you?
I have, and it didn't hit the field against Siah.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, it was gonna be
Uh,
brought this one, but I didn't want to feel like bringing
so
it.
we get like a mon that resists ground, and like or like a special attacker. Like a flying special attacker would be like lovely for the last Pokemon.
Enamorous.
Yeah. What about Enamorous one?
Eh. I
Guess
think.
I'm a 106 user too.
Yeah. It's like right at Manectric speed. Like, no, I really like this. Like, those just two. Like, sure, now you have. It's like, oh, you're a little bit weak to ice, you're a little bit weak to rock, and a little bit weak to ground. Like, you have two immunities. Like, I feel like it is fine, especially when they're two, like, real immunities. Like, the real Pokemon you're going to bring.
I also feel like if an ice type is coming in on you, you just use that as a free chance for Metagross to hit the field.
Yeah. Or Prim. Like this team has really good ice checks. It's like physical ice type that's not named Mamoswine, which is like I don't know if Parker. No, Nate's already fought Parker, so it's not gonna be Mamoswine. It's like physical ice type, Metagross, special ice type, Prim. I think these two changes really, really fix this team's issues. Oh, 3 changes. Oh wait, no, it is 2 changes. It's really 2 changes.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's like you lose a ghost in normal type, which does hurt for sure. But I think this team is in a lot better position. Which I think that covers Nate's team. Moving on, we have Leah. This team had a really rough start, and I don't know what happened. So Leah's team, oh my god, oh no, this is the proper team. Yeah, so Leah's team is King Gambit, Clefable, Salamence, Volcanion, Decidueye Hisui, Sandy Shocks, Yanmega, Mesprit, Samurott, and Probopass. My issue with this team is like, I think the big thing for it right now is I feel like what we have seen with how it's doing better is that Sandy Shocks has finally come online. That's what I look at, and that's what I see. So this team.
Well, I have a big thing to point out, straight up. Let's get that Z Crystal off of Yanmega.
Yes. Yes. I think Yanmega is the worst performer on this team by far, and it keeps coming to battles.
I think it wants boots so badly, or if not boots, like a choice item.
It's begging for that.
Let it wear its goddamn shoes.
I think the worst part about this team is when your fastest mon is Sandy Shocks. I understand about Yanmega's speed boost.
Oh my god, yeah, that team is 101 speed. Holy moly.
So let's say, because I'm gonna say we get rid of Yanmega. If we do that, Z Samurott, Terra Probopass. Give Probopass a real typing, and it can actually be a good mod, I think. But this team needs speed. We could look into picking up a fast tier 4. Let's see, what is there for fast tier 4s? I had a Alolan Persian.
I personally advocate very heavily for Alolan Persian. I think it's a great mon.
That is
never go wrong
with you.
It's a good mon, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
using
so
it
what's
too.
the
It's
team
really
missing?
fun.
The team is missing a ghost type. Oh wait, this is the wrong team. The team is missing a ghost type.
Pecharunt.
Does this team
No.
have a spinner?
This team does not have a spinner.
Elmize is right there.
Ooh. Doesn't fix the team's speed issue though.
Absolutely not, but it is it's a ghost type, and it gives you a spinner.
You know what Pokemon has
Well,
the most question
Pecharunt
marks
is
for me,
available.
though? Is this one. I don't like I do not feel like the Decidueye Hisui really has a spot on this team.
I don't think it's a good Pokemon.
Same with Volcanion, but that's just my thoughts of Volcanion.
You think you should get rid of Volcanion as well?
They have Samurats or other water, but like I'm just not a Veil Canyon believer. I don't know if you guys are.
I also don't think like
I think Maggie's Volcanium.
Samrod is a
I'm sorry,
good
that
one
thing has
either.
saved me so many times in GTL that I can't deny
No, I
it.
agree. Samurot's not like a really reliable water. It's just it's stats.
I think something-
It feels so weird to use. I feel.
Volcanion either needs a
So
flying
here,
type to support it, or it needs something
let's
to
look at
bait
King
water
Gambit
types.
here in draft, and let's see. I'm gonna pull up Spogon here. I'm just gonna pull up King Gambit and see like what it wants, and if this team has what it wants.
Clef's a good start. I like Clef with
I
King
think.
Gambit.
I agree. I think Salamence
Yeah.
as your only dragon. I'm not huge on. Or Salamence.
So,
like I like
do you have a what is your special wall breaker? Sandy Shocks?
I guess.
Is that your main special attacker?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like it for your special attack.
It's that or Volcanion.
Entry
And Volcanion.
hazards.
There's
What
Volcanion
hazards
as well,
does this
second.
Oh,
set?
Mesprit has actually been really reliable for this team with hazards.
Oh yeah, I forgot Mesprit's there.
No, Mesprit has like
Uh,
made these teams. Mesprit Sandy Shocks was like the core that won this team its win, and I think that core is surprisingly good together. It feels.
I was gonna say it does say like obviously things that answer fighting types. I would that's why like yeah, ghost type would be great here. You already have your flying type in Mence. You have a flying or a fairy type
So
with
in
Fable.
that regard, Delmise is like perfect.
Yep. And then you need fast stuff alongside your King Gambit. Is there a fast special flying type? Oh, there is, and it's called an
so
Amorous.
This is speaking with potentially swapping out Salamence if this change is made. Noivern could be considered.
Oh, is Noivern allowed? Oh wait,
Tier?
you're Terra Sandy Shock, so
Yeah. But Noivern's a tier lower,
yeah.
and I think frankly is better for what this team wants than Mence's.
And then it helps you with your speed, what Mence is lacking on. Gives you a special attacker, which I think Noivern is perfect. That was a good call, Maggie.
Honestly, crazy idea. Instead of Delmise. Wait, hang on.
Every
actually-
team needs a Pecharunt.
Oh,
we
sorry.
talking
Is
about-
Pecharunt tier 1? Oh, Pecharunt's tier 1. Never mind.
No, okay. This team does not get a Pecharunt. What is there ghosts in tier? Yeah, let's just throw Delmise.
I don't dislike the Delmise.
And then we want like another mon above like 100-ish.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Let's see, what is... Oh, hey. Oh, wait, this one's taken. Why do I have this not crossed off?
Reggie like he's a
Just
fraud.
another quick question: is this another team with no mega slot taken?
It is. So what are our options? Blastoise.
I mean, we've talked about teams wanting second waters.
Doesn't... this team would become...
Oh, this team already has dual. This already has
Yeah.
double water. Because of Volk.
Unless we want to get rid of
Does this team
Volcanion.
have a ground type? Sandy Shocks.
You can get Infernape still, in my opinion. It gives you 104 speed, or 108, my bad. Because I love Infernape, and then you get Mega Blastoise. You get a second spinner with Delmise. Lovely.
Yeah, that's a great
I'm
idea.
not too worried about the weaknesses on this team. I like this. It gives you... Infernape gives some great utility as well.
Amazing coverage.
Yeah. But like it's so versatile as well. It could be utility mon, physical attacker, special attacker. It's so strong, I feel. And no, I think Mega Blastoise slots in perfectly for what this team wants. What are the other what are the other like megas in this tier? Or is it just Mega Blastoise?
No, Mega Absol is also up there.
Oh, you're right. I don't like Mega Absol though for this team.
But I think
Yeah.
that is a much
I
better
wouldn't
mon
pick
for this
it, yeah.
team.
If you're getting
I think Mega
Absol,
Blastoise
you would
is.
get rid of King Gambit.
Yeah, and I don't think you ever want to get rid of King Gambit.
I agree. I like this team a lot more. I think this team, its issues of lack of like special wall breakers are completely solved. Its speed issue is resolved with a few faster mons. And if you really, really wanted Tailwind support, which maybe?
Stop with this 4-turn Tailwind.
No, Tailwind is so fake in singles. It really is.
It's so fake. Yeah.
Oh
Like-
yeah, it's this team gets a lot more utility, a lot more. I think some really good breakers. Like, yeah, I like this team a lot. I like these also because keep in mind. So that's what 1, 2, 3 changes. Because keep in mind, if you get rid of the Yan Mega Z, these changes are free because the points are refunded. So that's 3 changes, and I think this team's in a lot better of a spot. Only thing I feel like it's lacking is a no poison type, no grounded poison, but like I think this team has some really good utility control that I feel like it can get away with it.
For 2 strikes. It's at the end of the world.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Moving on. We go from Leah to Ellie. So Ellie's team actually did make a change. It's one of the few teams we're talking about tonight that did make a change. And that was they swapped Tyrantar for Greninja. And so this team is 1-3. I think one of those losses was really close, where like I don't want to count it in a way. That might sound weird. That might sound counterintuitive.
You're referring to the loss to Storm, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Where it did come down to so close, where it's like not like I don't want to count it, but like in my I'm not necessarily not counting that loss. I am, but like it was a very close match. I would not look at that match as like where to find critiques for the team. Lex's match as well makes it because we've identified the issue with that, like what went wrong with that match very clearly, where it wasn't a team issue. It was yeah. It was a turn 1 issue.
Yeah.
Taking advantage.
Also, I do have to head off for the night, but I hope the rest of the team reviews go well, and I'm looking forward to see the changes that are suggested.
All right, we'll see you then.
Yeah, see ya. Have a good night.
Well, have a good one.
So yeah, I weirdly enough, I feel like it really only gives us like one battle to look at for this team, and Greninja. They did make the Greninja change before that battle.
So, with everything in context, should I withstand from commenting anything based on the result of the battle I had with them today?
I don't want to spoil the battle, but we can say they did lose. It was not. I think it gives a good issue of what the team is lacking. I feel like it's lacking bulk a little bit. Like I feel like it has some really bulky tools, but in that same regard, I feel like it's just. Like, I feel like there could be better options for some of the Pokemon, and the first one that I look at is Braviary. I feel...
So, a personal thing I see that might be a core issue with this team is, and I say this mostly just based off using that battle as an example in my own head. I think this team is a tad dependent on Gallade for a win con. I don't think it has a clear win con without Gallade.
I can agree with that. I do think Greninja helps to alleviate that problem slightly. But Greninja is more of like a late game cleaner than a like sweeper.
Mimikyu also aids it a bit, but it's also like Mimikyu is a mon that I feel is exploitable.
I agree. I feel like Mimikyu is extremely exploitable, and I think it is, frankly, a little bit of the team's weakness, if I'm being honest. I feel like Mimikyu is just not it's not the strongest. It feels really reliant on setup, which is thusly, like, I think makes it struggle a bit.
I think the main reason that helps Greninja, they need Greninja on this team, is because of speed tiers again. They had T-Tar, and now 122 fits perfectly with this as well.
I think Greninja was a perfect addition. I really like Greninja. I think we're going to need like another battle or two to really see what it's capable of. The issue with that, of course, is after 2 battles, after end of week 6, free agency is closed. No more changes. that being said, I think again this is a team where double waters not a problem. I think Vaporeon and Greninja can work perfectly together. I will say I think one advantage is this team does have some actually kind of like nice like innate special bulk, and I feel like Duraludon's pretty solid to like bring as like a physical like wall check basically every battle, especially with its Terra options.
Mentioned it before. I don't like the Braviary too much, and I'm not a big fan of Roserade.
I like having the grass, and I like the grass poison. That I will say, I really like the grass poison for this team.
Yeah, I'm not a big Roserade fan either.
You're not a big Roserade.
Especially having it. I feel like especially with hidden power, it's like its main thing is that it needs hidden power.
Yeah.
And it's not bulky enough, so it can't live hits. Like it's good specially defensive, but physically defensive, it's not really taking a hit that well. I think it's more used as a lead for spikes and T spikes. That's how I kind of view it as. But it's a good absorber. I think it's just like it fits their types pretty well overall.
Z Braviary. Braviary I think has only come one time. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and that was the Lex battle, so we didn't really get to see what it can really do. Again, this is a team where, in a way, despite being, it feels more like we've seen 3 battles of it, and one was really one was a win, one was incredibly close, and then one was like a kind of like a neutral, like a normal like loss, like not like a heavy loss, and then there's that because there's one battle that was complete and utter just, yeah.
Yeah, that tie explosion and just wrecked.
Truthfully, I feel like what this team is missing is like a ground type. I think this team could really benefit from a ground type. And I wonder, how does Gligar look?
Gligar's always a solid mon.
Yeah. I think it would fill the team's defensive profile a little bit better. Although in that case, I'd like to swap the Z Crystal to Berserker to basically just make Berserker a nerf, or not nerf, a nuke.
I do like that more.
Gligar actually has all 3. It has Stealth Arc spikes and Toxic spikes. So this team would have like hazards galore in that response. However, I wouldn't necessarily want them like all the time, especially when they have no Rapid Spinner. And the other issue is the team is your only Ghost resist is Greninja, which is the issue with losing the normal type on Braviary.
I do like it on the type chart because they don't care about ice types really.
No, not at all.
As much.
No, their team is very good at ice types actually. Holy shit.
Yeah. They just have a lot of breakers for it.
Glaceon is another model where like I feel like it could be good, but like I feel like it's yet to really like show itself. Again, I think this team feels like fine defensively. It's got a lot of great utility like Rotom Heat, Duraludon, Vaporeon. What this team feels like it's lacking is like firepower outside of. I mean, it has Mega Glade, which is incredible, and Greninja is incredibly good as well. But it's just those 2.
I see that. All the firepower has gone after that. You have like good utility, but yeah, you'd still want like another attacker.
Yeah.
Be like a little slower if it needs to be, just one that can nuke.
I wouldn't mind looking at one in like tier 3, maybe replacing either Mimikyu or Roserade.
I feel like like poison.
How does the type chart look like if we get rid of both of them,
I think fairies are going to be pretty hard to find. A good tier 3 fairy.
So you think keep Mimikyu?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can Mimikyu hold a Z crystal at all? If you want, try to put. I think Mimikyu and Z is perfectly fine.
In that case, would we get rid of the Terra Duraludon?
I think get rid of the Terra on Glaceon.
Oh.
I would agree. I think Terra Duraludon's actually pretty solid.
Would we want Terra?
Like,
and we want Terra Berserker?
Because then you lose the Z on Berserker, but like.
I mean, you can bring Z on Berserker as well, but like Terra Berserker as well feels really good.
Isn't Duraludon tier 4?
Duraludon's tier 4. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is. Like, Duraludon's a really solid Terra cap, and it feels like the Terra is normally going towards Duraludon anyways, which I feel like if you're like, if I were to prioritize those two, I would pick Duraludon every time as well.
And I think that this way you just give an extra dose of fear factor to Mimikyu. It's always taking something out with it, with a Z Crystal.
Yeah, and that gives you that another nuke. I would love like a bulky like tier 3 like offensive mon. Your type chart's still looking pretty darn fine. You do have a very big fighting weakness, so holy I mean, it's actually minus. It's actually technically like neutral if you count the immunity as 2. I would love something fighting neutral that resists Ghost.
Never mind. I thought Glacier was tier 4. I was gonna say get Mega Glalie, but never mind.
How does this guy look?
Oh, that is a nasty Terramon.
Think that over Duraludon then?
Yes, I'm serious. Terra Boomburst Swellow.
I agree.
Oh
Or Terra
my
Guts
god.
Facade.
Either one.
Does look scary.
So what would you do, like this, you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think this fixes
I know-
the team's issues.
Yeah, I didn't know Glaceon's 5 is a 5.
Have a flyer.
I think.
Wait, no, it has Glycon. I'm crazy.
I like these changes a lot. You've got a lot of utility. You've got now 3 really scary mons. One of them is like a Terra abuser, not a Terra utilizer. I feel like you're going from a Terra utilizer to a Terra abuser, where you have a Pokemon that immediately is threatening with Terra. You lose the grounded poison, but with 3 defogs, I don't think it matters as much.
Yeah, I'd be down for it. Like, you could even, like mentioned, it gets Boom Burst. You can run Throat Spray and make that even deadlier.
Oh my god.
It was a great one.
Yeah, because you have 2 great options with either like that, like Guts Burn Flame Orb Facade sets or Scrappy Boomer sets.
And I mean, you lose out on a poison, but like with so many with 2 defoggers that are both flyers, I think you're fine.
Yeah, I like these changes a lot. And I think it's good. Now we have a tough team to talk about, which is Hannah's. This is a team that, to me, I look at the most, and I'm kind of like, what happened? Also, this is just not the team. Until I didn't update this after our first power rankings. So I think the big issue, people would be wondering, oh, what's going on? We've rated Hannah's team really highly. Hannah's team is currently 1-3, which what's going on there is what I want to know. I think the biggest thing is like there's not really a lot of defensive pivots for this team, and also with it being a Sun team, it feels like these 5 mons are basically like a must bring every week.
Off the start, why is Shiftry here? You have 3 dark types, I feel like, and Venusaur already covers what Shiftry wants to be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the Shiftry hate. I'm sorry about that, but
No.
that's just
I'm
true.
with you 100%. I don't like Shiftry on this team at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I think it's there to be like a
you have
physical
3 dark
option,
types.
but that's my other big issue with this team is you're lacking a physical option. Like this team feels so easy to like expose, and like if it doesn't have weather on the field, I feel like you basically know Torkoal's coming in.
Yeah.
Like even if you do have Murkrow there to be like a a utility setter, like oh I can prankster sunny day. You know, if it needs to have weather up, it feels like at all times. There's nothing that's like really good outside of the sun besides like Great Dusk. Like Walking Wake, fast Venusaur, Mega Houndoom. I mean Mega Houndoom a little bit more, but like Wake and Venusaur, if there's no sun, they're not touching the field.
I'm gonna say this right now. I know you just guys praise Tusk, but I see there's a Gouging Fire still on the
No,
board.
I agree. I think Gouging Fire is an incredible pickup for this team. Now, do we want to...
I don't think this team cares about the Double Dragon even.
No, not at all. I think you get rid of Mega
No, not.
Houndoom as well.
Yeah. I think his team would benefit a lot from the Donphan pick, but it's already taken.
Yeah. I think you get rid of Mega
I
Houndoom, you
think-
get rid of Shift Rate.
I think they
I think
need.
something I would really like to see on this team is another cleric, because from what I've witnessed in the games, once this team's been put on the back foot, it doesn't feel like it has a good phase where it can really recover.
Excuse me.
Like, I know Hatterene has access to both Healing Wish and Aromatherapy, but from recent games like that, Hatterene just got one shot by a Flareon.
No, but you're right. But no, I think that is a great point. I think this team is also lacking those defensive switch-ins. It feels so hard for this team to get momentum, or not get momentum, because it can with kills. It can get this momentum really well with kills, but I feel like a check comes in, and it's I don't have an answer to this check. It's I do.
Yeah, and
but it's not reliable.
As a small extra point, when you compare the results shown between this and, let's say, the two other more traditional Weather teams, Mine and Parkas, both Mine and Parkas haven't had that issue, I feel, where, we often have a good defensive pivot.
Yeah. And I think that's part of, how they're made, where Parker's team has, basically purely defensive, or Parker doesn't have a sand team. Parker has a team with sand, it feels. And even then, you feel more like you have a team with rain, where it's there's the Sun Abuser, or there's a Rain Abuser with Mega Swampert, and these other Pokemon, they benefit from the rain, but they don't really need it as much. And even it feels a lot more limited. It's like a rain core. Let's put it that way. This is a full Sun team, and I think full stop, that is a problem. I don't like a full Sun team because I feel like it makes you a lot more limited in how you can build for the team. And I speak as someone who just recently finished a league where they were playing a full Sun team. I had Walking Wake, I had Great Tusk, I had Torkoal, I had Venusaur. I basically had to bring those 4 every game, and it felt bad because it feels so easy to your opponents to read. It's your only physical options is Walking, or not Walking, Great Tusk. You basically, beyond that, you don't have physical attackers. And yes, Gouging Fire actually has, I think, less attack than Great Tusk does. Am I correct in saying that? Yes, it does. But it's a lot more physical.
However, those heat crashes are gonna look nutty in the sun.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't need sun. It has Morning Sun, it has Recovery, it has Burning Bulwark, it can run defensive sets.
That's disgusting.
Burning Bulwark is a disgusting move, I know. What I would love for this team, because this team is still missing a lot of types as well. I love a ground type, I love a ghost type. That's what I love.
Renrigus.
Yeah, wait, that covered both of them.
Yeah.
I think Golok also available.
Yeah. I feel like
You want more of a defensive check here.
Yeah. I feel like,
And it hits physical.
I feel like this team is, I don't know. This is a team that I feel like would need surgery essentially. When I had my issues, I swapped out Great Tusk for Mega Gallade, and even then, I don't think that's enough of a change. This team, also your speed cap's at 109, so that's more of what I mean. You don't have speed outside of Sun.
So this is a straight thought. In order to since the consideration that Great Tusk is gone, I don't mind the idea of a Mienshao here as a pivot option as well.
Interesting.
Because you are missing a fighting type now.
Yeah. I think that actually helps that team a lot out. Boosts your speed up a little bit. Gives you another physical attacker. One with, pivot, and also that can just be kind of scary.
We all know what item this is going to be running. I feel like me and Shay only runs one item nowadays.
Life orb.
Oh, actually, then. Well, the life orb sets are actually a lot
I
more
don't know. What is
common.
it?
I feel like Scarf is
Oh,
just
scarf.
Scarf every. I always see Scarf me and Show. I do think the life orb sets are good, though. The Banner high jump kicks are fun as well, but those ones
Isn't it
don't get
also
played as much.
a viable assault buster?
Not really.
No.
You would think so. It looks like it, but no. It has great moves. Great moves.
Yeah. It's like I don't really want to look at like the lower tiers that much because like, it has been the upper tiers that have been being brought and struggling. Like it has been.
Yeah. Like I don't think that weird year has ever
It's
come.
not. Merkur came once.
And Maggie's
Magaton's
come
yet to touch the
to my
field.
project.
Shifter came for the first time, and it wasn't that good today. But I don't think Shifter was a real Pokemon to start with, especially when Venusaur was on the team.
Yeah. I just don't get why they have 3 dark types.
Well, we've cut it down to 1.
Yeah. Surprisingly Murkrow, but that's the last one
And
standing.
to be fair, I think if any of them, Merkur was the one where it's like it's kind of like its role in the team. It's kind of like uncontested for, so I felt like he was always like, had the highest chance of staying. Like you had.
Yeah, it's also just like you compare it to the other, and the other two just blatantly don't show they have a role.
Yeah, like,
in my opinion,
you have
like
3 special.
Houndoom had a role, but it's like it's a role that doesn't feel good.
You already have 2 other like Fast and Sun special attackers, like Sun special sweepers. Let's call them that. Houndoom. So Houndoom felt like it's almost like it's fighting with them.
It's also a mon that just also is killing itself faster in Sun.
But I think now with like Runerigus and Gouging Fire, you have those like defensive pivots, especially with now U-turn on Mienshao as well. This team does feel a lot better. It does feel like it needs speed though, and who knows? I know. I will say, Hannah was like asking about Quams and was asking about Vanillux. So I don't know if she's going to be pivoting to like a snow team or just having that option. Because I think it might be entirely possible that we don't see that we could see like this gone, this gone, this gone, this gone, and this gone, and she keeps these mons. She gets Vanillux. Because like I feel like I picked those mons because I feel like Hatterene, Venusaur, Magneton, Murkrow, Weirdeer. Weirdeer because that's all your free agents, but like those 4, because she mentioned Shifter as well to me. I feel like I could see Vanillux going, and I think for sure in that case you are 100% picking up Excalibur. There's 0 way if you start looking at Snow that you are not picking up Excalibur. It is sitting pretty in tier 0. It looks so good. You pick up a Steel type in tier 1. Hey, let's look at what Steel types are available in tier 1. Oh, hi, Corviknight, just as an example. Gives you pivot options to get into your Snow Setter.
I like that a lot. You just gotta worry about speed in those next 2 picks, and then you should be good.
Yeah, you pick up like a fast tier 2. Hey, what's a fast tier 2? Let's use Thunderous as an... Actually, no, we have a rock weakness, but maybe like a fast electric type could actually be pretty good here. Like, oh, it gives us a steel weakness, or maybe like a let's get a bulky water or something. No, we want speed. There's no Mega on this team. You can pick up a Mega in this tier. We want speed.
Blastoise, and there's Absol. Guess Absol.
Doesn't really cover anything. We need a ghost. This team could like actually really use a ghost type. Is there a ghost type in this tier? Oh no, Gengar's taken.
Yeah, that's mine.
What did you swap out Gengar for? Oh, Neolego.
I saw that Nihilego. I'm just looking, and I don't. Skeledirge is there?
Nah.
That's like slow.
See, I feel like honestly, like yeah, like
Oh.
what you're saying.
I think I do see a
But like, I don't know how
like
storage works. With
in terms of like Ghost, like Through Ledge is probably the fastest one left.
Which I don't really like.
Although
Is this, maybe it's we don't get Corviknight, we get like a fast Pokemon in tier 1.
or you could go for Silvally for the type and for just like
You could.
being all over the
Yeah.
place.
What's like a what's a tier? Is there what's the, like a fast mon in tier 1 that we don't? What types don't we have? We're missing a water. We're missing a fire. We're missing fighting ground. We're missing a lot of types actually.
It stacks up a second poison, but Petrunt is there.
Yeah.
It's only like 88
Yeah,
though.
we're looking
Speed.
for speed.
Just walk.
Space.
Hmm.
You could. I mean,
You don't really want to. You think of Weavile?
I don't know.
That's too many ice types
Yeah, we
then.
also have no fire resist in this case.
So a good like water type would be solid here. Like a Keldeo?
Keldeo.
Could,
Oh, Keldeo could be really nice.
I do like
I
Keldeo.
think you pick up a steel type here then, for sure.
yeah, you get a tier 2 steel.
Tier 2 steel. What are your options?
You can get
No,
your
you just
Magneton upgrade.
the other option would sort of be I think like going back and taking Aegislash, but like I don't even think that's a good
Oh.
upgrade.
I don't hate it. Because now you have a steel
Then you
fairy
need
dragon
speed.
core. You need speed now. Yeah, I like fast.
Yeah, you outright require speed.
I like fast water type idea, but those are.
I think you need like Azelf here. And then like something
I
else.
don't like Azel because you already have a dark weakness. You already have a.
Oh.
You already have a psychic.
Hat.
Yeah. We kept Hat in this regard. Hat could not. We don't know what moves Hannah will be making. I picked. I mean, I picked those 5. Like, honestly, you could keep Walking Wake. I don't think Walking Wake is terrible to keep in this regard, like on its own. Oh, I wonder if you could even keep like Torkoal and run like dual weather. Because it's not like these weathers, like your Pokemon are like disadvantaged by running it.
Keeping Torque isn't terrible because it at least keeps you a Rock Setter and a Rapid Spinner.
And keep in mind, this like if you keep Torque, if you were to run this like dual weather, which I don't know, because I know someone in another league we're in is currently building that team, but like that's the team they've clearly like thought out more. This would be like a mid-season change, which I feel like would be very risky. But when
I more so think if you're doing this pivot, you're forgetting about Sun.
Yeah,
honestly,
I agree.
Sun is just there as an extra thing that you could do.
If Hannah is picking up the Vanillix, though, I think for sure Bax is there. And Bax is the perfect fit for a snow team because it gives you the clearest win con you could possibly have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Aurora and Violet is going on right now.
1 a.m. crazy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of moves Hannah could make. This is a team I'd want to like tinker with though and like figure out what to do with. But that could be its whole other special. Should we move on to Zach?
I don't think we have the power to look over an entire possible snow change.
Yeah. Let's move on to Zach then. This team I think is still also yet to prove itself. He did actually make some changes which I have not. Which were he made these.
The fact that its only win is a forfeit win is concerning.
Yeah, I mean I think Zach is like is clearly still this is a team trying to prove. Also, why did I have Smeargle? It's Mediana. This is a team I think still really wants to prove itself. So let's talk about what this team has going for it. Like this, my issue with this team so far has been, it feels like, it feels so frail. And my issue when the season started was like I said, you can go back and I was talking about this when we did our power rankings, Maggie. The issue with Zach's team is that it is going to run fast, it is going to hit hard, it is going to come across a wall that takes its hits and can hit back, and it's going to be one shot.
Yeah.
And I think we have seen that happen time and time again now. With both battles, where battle 1, it just got hard walled by Zamazenta. Battle 2 against me, it felt like it got outsped by Dragapult, which was able to hit hard faster than it could hit hard. He made some wrong predictions and lost his, I think, in one opinion, what is one of his strongest mons, which is Iron Moth. And I think he got a little bit greedy with like a Poltergeist Shell Smash setup when it really was not in a. Well, I mean, to be fair, that was like he didn't know I had Scarf Pull. If I didn't have Scarf Pull, that might have been over.
Mm-hmm.
Like this team feels like it's missing. It needs defensive check. Like I think it has it especially. Regice is phenomenal as a special wall. You bring AV Regice, nothing's getting through it, especially with Terra.
Yeah, except Toxic.
Yeah.
I think Toxic's very.
But if you're using it to like
crucial.
using it to check and then like return fire, I think it's perfect.
I see a big issue right now. When you have your main like offensive mons as Ogerpon and Iron Moth, but they hit the same speed tier, it is a little problematic.
Yeah, especially when Iron Moth can't be
with
boosted.
3 of 110. And your fast mons are extremely frail as well.
Yeah.
Like those two, Mega B and Reggie Lecky,
I think Mega B
my
is
opinion,
a
are fraud.
to be honest.
I think they both are frauds.
I'm in full agreement on Mega B being a bigger fraud than Regieleki. I also think Regieleki is a bit of a fraud just because without Terra, that mon is so exploitable.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, I would like to see the Krokorok gone and take something else that potentially solves your defense problem. For example, this is just shot in the dark. If you got rid of Krokorok, you could take Bastiodon.
Sorry.
Actually, Bastiodon looks better because you don't want Krokorok and Mightyena.
And then you do like, I think you could use a free agent to do like that.
Also, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can all agree. Archeops is not a real Pokemon.
I agree. That thing wants to commit suicide after it gets to below. I should not say that. This is getting. Archeops is kind of useless.
It gets depressed.
Yeah, Archeops is kind of like it falls apart once it gets below half health. Like,
yeah,
it's completely useless.
I don't see really a wish. Is Gardevoir the only wish passer, right?
It does get Roost, but it's so frail. And
yeah, you know, I think Archeops is good as like a fast like Terramon, like early game.
Yeah.
I think it's the best. Like you lead with it, and then you're done with
the
them on
Z,
these.
make it, like put your Terra on Bastiodon and give it Z, so you can like Z Stone Edge, like Continental Crush.
I might just turn off. I don't want to spoil anything, but I have a feeling I know what's going to happen in this game.
Oh, I'm not even looking at it.
The JDL. Yeah.
I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a peek. I won't say anything though.
It's okay. Never mind. Moving on.
I see Mega Beedrill got rid of as well.
Oh.
Also, wait, I just realized you have 3 Pokemon at 110 speed. I really don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know you want to have your main offensive core as Ogerpon, Wellspring, and Iron Moth, but it's a big problem for prepping for that when you just run a Mon at 111 and you just kill both of them.
So when I faced Zach, I ran the Scarf Bolt. I intentionally I spec pulled out so it would be faster than Scarf Iron Moth, and it always killed Ogerpon with U-turn, I think. Yeah. And it killed Iron Moth after rocks with Psychic Fangs, and Iron Moth could never kill it in return. Never. It was always 2-shot. I think. I'm wondering if Iron Moth struggles without access to booster as well.
really does. It needs a booster
Yeah.
speed most of the
But
time.
with booster being banned, I feel like it just.
The only way it would be able to get that booster is if you got rid of Ogerpon, which I don't think is a good choice.
No, I don't think Tapu Koko
Because
would really
Koko is still free.
You
But
get rid of
isn't the
Lecky.
other electric terrain Seta in tier 4?
Pincurchin?
Kirchin.
That's
I
not
think
a real
Kirchin.
Pokemon.
I'm gonna say that right now. The only way you get Pincurchin is if you are just running spikes. Speaking of that, the guy we're talking about is now in a battle.
Oh. That's really. We got the late night battles going. Yeah, I don't think. Like, Pincurchin's not a real Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not a real Pokemon.
I agree. I don't really like Ogerpon Wellspring as the
main.
tier 0 in my opinion.
I think it's
Yeah.
really good, but
Yeah,
like, I agree.
I think that
It's good, but
this team could actually benefit from taking the Koko.
I think I agree with Mike here. I think Coco, my original plan when I just drafted Coco was to get Iron Moth.
Yeah.
It was
what if you
gone,
got,
sadly.
What if then instead of Regieleki you got like a Terra abusing?
I think-
or like a.
I think you get rid of both Mega B too. You already have a poison type in Iron Moth that's coming 90% of the time. You get rid of both Lecky and Mega B because that solves your speed problem already. So you don't need those two frauds on your list, and you can get some other offensive demons as well.
Like
You can get Leaves. Holy crap!
Leaves doesn't look bad here.
Leaves is so good on this team.
gives
Like
you.
I know you already have the Psychic type, but you benefit so much by Electric Terrain.
do.
You get that 130 Psyblade. Oh my god!
No,
Yes.
it's gonna actually be scary. And then you have this slot open for something defensive, in my opinion. Because your speed, I think your speeds. You get rid of Archeops, and I think your speed's in a much better spot. You get something like around 90.
Yeah. Yeah, you just get a 90 because now you get a 104 in Leaves.
Oh.
And you should find a 90 in tier 2 easily. I feel like.
Yeah, or else you could find something like defensive here. Or.
What kind of type do they need?
Or what if we
can get Almamola.
What if we went faster?
Yeah,
Water
that fixes
bulky
it.
If Zach wanted to
does
keep
look
running
nice.
hyper offense as well, I think this would be a better form. Or instead of getting
Yeah, I
Leaves,
think
you could
this
just
team-
get Hawlucha if you still wanted that defensive mod from this tier.
Yeah, I think
just
you
to
get
check,
like a
we
bulky
didn't,
water.
We didn't ultimately say Hawlucha for one of the other teams, right?
Oh yeah, we did for
If we
Siah.
did,
It really becomes whichever one
we-
of them picks up first then.
Did you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
the amount of jokes Lex was making about Enam? We chose Enam for like 3 teams.
Oh no, we did not choose. We chose Sneasler for Siah's team with Finny.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But, like-
just wanted to make sure in my own head.
If not, there's plenty of options. And you guys don't restrict Tyrannic Center,
No,
right?
not at all. So I think Coco is a really good pickup.
Oh my god. Why doesn't someone have Coco in this league?
No one has
Jeez.
Coco, no one has Lele, no one has Finny, no one has Bulu.
That's the reason why I
In
took
fact,
Coco.
no, the only fucking terrain mon that's taken is Galarian fucking Weezing.
And it
That's
just got
fucking
picked.
We took every weather
I didn't
center
know Koko was because
under the sun, sand, rain, and snow, but we didn't take any terrain mons.
Holy shit.
hey, I was gonna take Koko, but you dissuaded me off trying to stack up rain and
With
and
10,
terrain.
it's a little bit too hard, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but I feel like you get like a bulky thing here. Like, let's say, Oh, we want to. Oh, I keep pulling up Hannah's team. How does this guy look?
Slowbro.
Ah,
I like Slowbro. Do you chili out to
you're
your
giving
Reg
up the
Ice with the
Mega
Ice
Slot.
Body?
You can get- Oh wait, no,
The Ice Body
Mega
Reg
Slow
Ice.
Blow is tier 1.
I like that.
yeah.
No, is it Slow
Yeah,
King
I
that has
think
silly
Slow
reception
King is,
actually?
yeah, I was looking slow, bro. Oh wait, you have Bastiodon for the physical wall with Terra.
Yeah.
Slow King. Oh, Slow King's taken. Slow King's taken.
I was gonna say Slow King with the Ice Body Reg Ice goes crazy.
No, Slow King has been taken. Andrew has it.
That's sad. But yeah, I think Alamola is fine.
Oh wait,
I know it
yeah.
looks overpriced, but you just get a Wish
No, I think
Passer.
Alomomola in tier 2 is really good still. And then you get rid of this thing. You get
Yeah.
rid of this thing. We're all in agreement, right? This thing goes.
Well, what was it again? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah, what was it?
Archeops. Archeops goes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, bye-bye Archeops.
This might be a troll pick. What about Iron Thorns? Can it Terra?
It can. You
It's
have to get rid of. You have
okay.
to get rid of Gardevoir Poltegeist.
It's a
Oh,
tier 3,
okay.
unfortunately.
I think Iron Thorns is fine with Terra. That's the only reason you'd pick it, is if you could Terra it.
So would you like this? Uh.
And low key, having Hawlucha actually means you don't need Archeops for its flying type.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get something like a. I think you get a grass type here.
Is there any like bulky grass types?
In tier 4.
That's Delmice.
Yeah. Yeah, we already recommend Delmice someone.
I know, I just like recommending Delmice. I like that mon.
It's
Mm-hmm.
weird.
That's fair. It's a okay mon.
Wait, is there actually no?
A
Get
Go-Go's there.
Lorantis.
Go.
Go-Go's not bad.
Yeah, I like this team a lot more.
If you get Sap Sipper for your Alma ooh.
I don't know
Heck
if you pick
yeah.
up Thorn. I'm still shaky on Thorns.
Yeah, I think I just threw it out there because I think it's okay with
Like
terrain
I feel
and
like
then
you
with
want the Terra
Terra.
on Regice. Like I
Yeah.
think Regice Bastiodon is a lovely Terra duo. And you get something like Rock Ground. What the fuck resists Rock Ground? Like a levitating steel.
Hang on. We should
Water?
just take a
Alright.
quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already 5 changes.
Oh shit. Guess we're stuck with
The
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir would have to stay.
Not bad. It gives them an 80 speed
I think
on.
this still really helps the team.
Yeah. I'm sorry about the Ogerpon Wellspring, but I think Coco looks much better for Iron Moth in general.
So
Yeah, even if you want to keep hyper offense, like
yeah.
Coco just looks better.
I agree. So Hannah is now. I realized it is actually we're after the change. Where it's actually. All right, and I think we've got the. So that's Zach. We have one team left, and that's Violet. This was a team that when I looked at it, because I think I was quite big on this. Where did I have this one in my our power rankings? Or where did we have it? I guess Maggie.
I think our power rankings were like this was like
We had this top of B tier.
bottom of A or top of B.
So Violet's teams, because Violet's also been struggling. And I think this is a hard team to measure because this is a team.
Let me just take a quick look at something because I think Violet has had a relatively strong schedule. Had Nate in week 1, which she won. Guy in week 2. Me in week 3.
Yeah, no, she's definitely had a tough schedule. Nate was definitely the easiest, I think. I mean, to be fair, like I was expecting a lot of people to be up against that group to have a tough schedule, and lo and behold, the Kalos division struggled because of that. I feel. Is that Kalos? Yeah, that is Kalos. Kalos did struggle. With weirdly enough, Parker was coming out on top in the first few weeks. Violet had a good strong showing, but then I think she did fall off. And I think the issue with this team to me comes in the form of physical, useless. You're physical. You're physical basically across the board, and Miss Magius, which I think Miss Magius and Arcanine Sumi are really good pickups. I think what's struggling right now is the Chen Pao Slowking duo. Chen Pao's made 3
It's obviously a good duo.
Huh? It feels like a good duo, I agree.
I was just saying, yeah.
But it's
I remember when watching the draft, I was horrified with that duo.
Yeah. But when you look at the stats line, Galarian Slowking has gotten twice as many kills as fucking Chen Pao has. What's going on there? Oh, actually, we're gonna take a pause for a second. Hannah has made her new team.
Oh, interesting.
Or she has given us a new team to look at. So starting off, she has kept. First off, she's done exactly what we said with Gouging Fire joining the team. Gouging Fire, Murkrow, Venusaur, Magneton, Weirdeer. Oh, I have to tell her Donphan is taken. Donphan is taken.
No.
So she has Azelf, she has Gouging Fire, she has gotten rid of Hatterene for Azelf, which is that speed we were talking about. She has kept Weirdeer. What has she gotten in tier 4? Oh, she's gotten Darkspawn.
She got the Gouging Fire switching.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So I just want to double check. This isn't official yet,
It's not
right?
official.
This is just what she's proposed.
proposing.
Okay.
Uh,
I think it needs, like.
Oh, it looks like Violet has
a
won,
good
so we're
draft.
going to stop talking about Violet.
Yeah, she won.
Yeah, okay, Violet's won, so we're not going to talk about Violet anymore. This is perfect. I guess we can. I mean, it's just those like. This feels very physical.
I still do want to say something here, regardless on it. I would really like to see a different special attacker than Brazion, and honestly, while I think Arcanine Hisui is a really strong Pokemon, I don't think you need free physical carries.
I agree. I think honestly, you can either get rid of Arcanine Hisui or you get rid of Heracross. I feel like that Chen Pao Galarian Slowking duo so good. I really like Heracross as a Terramon though. That's the issue.
I was gonna say that. I think Heracross as a Terramon is fucking amazing. And I do like Hisui and Arcanine. I just would rather, if you're gonna drop Virizion or something, I'd just fix the speed a little bit, and then you should be good.
So you're saying like get rid of Virizion.
No other notes.
How's it looking?
Yeah,
For keep?
I think.
Well, no,
I like Arcanine
you
Hisui.
like it?
It's just hard.
I feel like you get.
It's just hard to fix speed side.
Yeah. And there's not a fast grass type in tier 4 with Virizion.
Yeah. You could do some Orbital cheese, get Sticky Web.
Yeah, I feel like I see him once a grass type though, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it especially want a grass type? It wants something to get rid of the water and fire weakness, I feel.
A dragon.
Dredigon
I was
is
just
there,
about
but
to say
that's
Dredigon.
slow.
I like Dredigon a lot though.
What the fuck come up on that page?
Hmm?
Damn. So like the amount of resistances that came up for Dredigon,
Yeah.
like on that stats page, is a lot.
It resists all the elemental types, which I feel like you definitely need. Yeah, the fact this team doesn't have a dragon, it feels a little weak.
And on the dragon note, that if there is one other one that can be considered. I don't think it's amazing, but you also, it did appear that there was a ghost weakness. Is that?
Yes. No.
You already
The
have
answer
a
is
dark
no.
type,
The
but
answer is no. That mon's awful. That mon is so bad.
I know it's awful.
So
I know
bad.
it's awful. I told you to put it in tier 4 for a reason.
I don't
You
know
had
why
it in
I
tier
had this thing in
3.
tier 3. It's so bad. The only thing it does is make your stat line look pretty. Your like weakness chart look prettier. That's all it does.
Yeah.
This mon
It is
sucks.
fucking awful. Dredigon is better in every way. I simply wanted to say it because of that ghost week.
Yeah. As soon as I'm, you're going to say like a dragon die. I was like, what's a dragon? I was, no. I think, no. I think.
Dredigon. Oops, sorry.
I was saying, I think Dredigon's a great pickup here. I wouldn't mind like, how would?
Just say Dredigon's utility is going to be nice. You get stealth rocks, and then you get rough skin, and you can always just add the rocky helmet, and you just chip things down.
He also gets glare.
It's a good physical ball.
Dragondale. I wouldn't mind
Yes.
like a fast fire in. No, it's tier 2 that we don't have access. But, I mean, Darmantan's kind of fast, but not that really.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind dropping Hisuian Arcanine for a regular Arcanine.
So you lose your equal rock weakness. You're a little bit less ground weak technically, but like
We don't have a 4 times weakness to water, that's for sure.
yeah. It's like, what else would you really like? I wouldn't mind like we're still lacking specially for sure. It's really Miss Magius and that's it. I would like something between Chimpao and Miss Magius for speed as well. That's my other issue. Unfortunately, is it me or is tier 2 like kind of slow?
There's not a lot of amazing stuff. With the fire type in mind, this is another team that could probably appreciate the Infernape pickup.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
You're a little fairy weak though now.
You do have a dual fighting. Yeah, you have dual fighting with Heracross and Fernape now.
I think the Dredigan pickup's really nice. Gives you a really nice little like defensive boy. He's kind of hard to fucking deal with at times. Just because he can do so much shift to your physical attackers, and then like with Galarian Slowking, it gives you some utility. Because like it gives you a real rocker, and like because it's like right now your only real rockers pile. That's why you're not bringing Stealth Rocks on Hisuian Arcanine. Also, you're never bringing spikes on Heracross, so like you have 3 utility setters or hazard setters now. Oh, actually, hang on. Instead of Dredigan, how does this guy look? And then is there like a fairy or steel type that we could pick up in?
I mean, it does make your ghost weakness not look as bad.
Speed issue, and it also gives you a rapid spinner. That's what I really like the look of with it, especially because Chenpao was just so weak to like have.
What gets traded out for it?
I traded out Klefki. You could trade out Heracross as well.
No, I don't like taking out Heracross from this team.
I agree.
To be
I feel
honest.
like Heracross is too. I mean, hey, we don't have to talk.
People get fake.
We spit some ideas, and we don't have to talk about this team because it's oh, and looks like Zach has.
That's 2-2 now.
Lost.
Yeah. I'll say this. He almost let Amoonguss get like 3 kills with stopping Tantrum.
Oh my god.
He got lucky that I got fully parried. Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh no, yeah, Zach's gonna need a fix up.
Yeah. I won't say anything else, but yeah, it was fun.
But yeah, I think we've got. I think we know what Violet's team. I feel like. I mean, we don't have to talk about that today because again, it's 2-2.
Like, it's already a team that looked like, if you didn't change anything, I would
Yeah,
think it was
could have
fine
just had
anyway.
two bad weeks. I mean, it felt like against Sky, it was like, yeah, you kind of just need to bring like Covert Cloaking on like one of your Pokemon.
Yeah,
The old
Togekiss
Togekiss.
just, like, edged it out, and, like, against me, it ain't, like, that aromatherapy
You having
is way too rough
aromatherapy
to
won
get.
that battle. Straight up. Yeah, I think these are teams. So I guess now let's talk about Aurora's new team. That's what I want to do. So first, let's pull up the old team, which was that she has inherited Storm's team, which was the Sand team, or like one. I think this is the more like real Sand team. With Storm dropping out, Aurora was given 8 additional, or 5 additional free agents.
Now-
She used 8 in total. So first up,
If I may beforehand, I want to say that I at least still dig the overall Sand team.
I agree. I do as well. I think this team did have the potential to do some really good work. It's a shame we didn't get to see more of it. First off, Shaman Sky replaces Dragovish. I don't know how I feel about this change. I think Shaman Sky is frankly kind of a fraud Pokemon.
Yes, some fraud watch.
Yeah, 100%. Next up,
Big fraud watch.
Charizard X over Mega T-Tar. I like this change. I think Mega T-Tar is kind of Like, if you want like a Sand Setter, I think regular T-Tar is actually better. Empoleon stays. Grimmsnarl out for Crocodile. I think this is overall a negative trade. I really like Grimmsnarl. I don't know what I think Crocodile is an okay mon, but like I don't really like this change personally.
I don't like it, and I don't like it especially in the fact that the team already had a good ground type in Toedscruel.
Which,
Not
speaking
it.
of Toedscruel's out.
Toedscruel isn't there anymore.
Pheasantipity. I hate this change. Really dislike it. I think Pheasantipity is an awful Pokemon. I really like...
Welcome, Zach.
Oh, hi, Zach. We're talking about Aurora's new team.
Hello.
And so far we're saying how much we hate it.
I see a lot of friends here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so I guess the issues right now is we don't feel like Shaman Sky is super reliable as a tier 0. We like Charizard X. We like the Empoleon Keep. We don't like the Grimmsnarl for Crocodile change. I don't like the Toedscruel for Pheasantipity just because I feel like people, if you're looking like at Toedscruel for the spores, you're looking for the wrong moves. I think the Rapid Spin, the knockoff, and its general like decent special bulk is much more what I think is better on it. Configrigus for Hariyama. I'm kind of actually neutral on this change. I think this is like an okay move. I think Hariyama's a good Pokemon. What I don't...
I think this one's good in the context of looking at the changes around it.
I don't like the lack of a ghost type. What's wrong with Hariyama? Why isn't there no Sprite? But like it's super bulky. It's oh, there it is. It just took a minute to load. Like I think it could work really well. And then
Abilities. Great abilities.
Fantastic abilities. Yeah. No, it can use like it can find like values for all of them. I think the most common two are like bulky thick fat sets, or then like slow sweeper gut sets. I prefer the former.
Both are fine.
You prefer guts? You said.
I they're both
Yeah.
fine. Most of them are solid.
Uh,
I find myself using thick fat a little more usually, but
Mantine is out for Dubwool, which I'm a little less sold on as a change, just because I liked the bulky utility of Mantine, and I'm a little more unsure about like what Dubwool brings.
since Empoleon's there, I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. Alcremie out for Eldegoss. Overall, I think this is a... Like, you get a Rapid Spinner. I think that's the appeal of it.
If you're getting rid of Toedscruel, this is a good change.
But
I just don't like what you took out to get
yeah,
this,
so
to make this change
it's basically
valuable.
you move your fairy from you move from a bulky special fairy in tier 5 to a bulky special fairy in tier 3, and you move from a grass rapid spinner in tier 3 to a grass rapid spinner in tier 5, they don't feel like neutral changes to me though in that regard. Because like you're losing a fast rapid spinner for a slow rapid spinner. Like if I were to look at those two as a duo trade together, I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's net negative in my opinion, because it feels like actually if you take Eldegost, Crocodile, Pheasantipity, and Alcremie, Toadscruel, and Grimmsnarl, you've basically taken those 5 types and just traded them around in tiers.
See that?
Yeah. But there's one more change that was made, and that was Swalot for Cloth.
I thought you were about to type Clang.
Not a real Pokemon.
I detest this change a lot. You say it's...
Oh, welcome in, Storm. We're talking about what happened to what was once your team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this happened.
I'm not huge on a lot of these changes, I will be honest.
Why Mega Charizard
No,
X?
Mega Charizard X actually is one of the changes I'm in favor of.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
Zardex is very
Yes,
good.
it's a very scary D-Dance mon.
If Zard X had been the only change,
It would, well,
I
it
think-
couldn't be, because that team doesn't work if you just replace T-Tar with Zardex.
yeah. Okay. So if Zard X, Dracovic, and Hariyama were the only big changes on the team, I would be a lot more in favor of this overall.
I think one of the big things was the utility still worked outside of Sand. Like Cofagrigus, Empoleon, Toadscruel, they all still perform perfectly. I think they do their jobs perfectly with and without Sand. I think they would lose their recovery. Like some of them would Swallow lose their recovery in Sand, but I feel honestly not as much.
And I like the pickup of ground type if you're getting rid of Toadscruel.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't think Grimmsnarl should have been what was removed then.
Grimmsnarl never screamed the issue on the team, even though in this team's loss it entirely caused it.
I don't think anyone likes Pheasantipity.
Oh.
I know Will names his Pheasantipity shit.
It's so not good. It's so not good. I don't like this Pokemon. That's someone who's tried to
Yeah.
because you want to probably run bulky on it, but it's gonna be a bulky special mon that's weak to Earthquake.
I see beat up Toxic Chain as the main way,
Yeah.
which is kind of cringe, I'm gonna be honest.
But in that regard, it gets walled by a Poison or Steel mon.
Steelmon just, yeah, it goes field day on that thing.
No, I feel like...
And I'm gonna be real. Even though Swalot struggles to do much, I think it's a realer Pokemon than Cloth.
It at least has...
Yeah, I like Swallow.
It give you a ground poison, which you do get with... But I think it gets Toxic Spikes, it gets regular Toxic, it has Pain Split, it has Yawn. It had some utility moves.
And it's also a mon that doesn't fear knockoff because it gets sticky hold.
Yeah. I think this team has two very big win cons, though, for sure. Being Zardex and Shaman Sky. But I don't like Shaman Sky. I don't like that you kind of have to play through it.
I think there are some French cases where Crocodile can be
That
a
is
win
true,
con,
yes,
but
but-
that's if you're doing a Moxie set.
And frankly, I mean, Intimidate is so useful. So I don't see a lot of cases where you would. Who knows? Maybe Double's going to get a sweep.
Personally as well, I think this team should have gone with just having the Z Crystal on Kilo and putting Terra on Hariyama
I also
for
agree.
Guts Facade
Yeah.
shenanigans.
I agree. I don't think the two Terras in tier 5 are the best for this team. And I'd much rather go to just that one tier 4. But who knows? This team has This team. The issue is going to be with this team. It's going to only have a week to prove itself before the trade deadline. If it's not succeeding in after week 5, unless it gets its like week 6 battle done early, but if it's not, it's going to have 1 week to prove itself, and then you can only make 2 changes. You can only make 2 roster moves with this team.
The one benefit of this team is that maybe this player feels more comfortable with this team that they have compared to the last one.
That's entirely part of it. That might.
I do acknowledge that that's a very big reality, probably. But I'm just being critical.
Mm-hmm.
They just played with the team they just played with the other team that they had, the Sun team, just right now. So maybe their changes will provide a W. Maybe, who knows?
It's a win way for us to know, and yeah, I guess that'll wrap it all up.
Mm.
And yeah, so I guess now we'll have to see how these changes work, and we'll see by the end, at the very least, by the end of the week 5 VOD review.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.